I greet everyone. Welcome you to All Now Politics. I wanna like my background. The sun is. Let me see. Get here. I show wanna action. Where they go on the background. Anyway, that state don't take small where we converge, where we talk, and a lot has happened. A lot is still happening. But most importantly, the biggest event of the year has just happened, which is the American election. Remember at the beginning of the year, say, we no even know the Olympic Day and every other event they go on. The rates, the world is talking about American election. And I'm not surprised the way things turned out. But rather, I'm surprised. I don't know if I say I should be surprised the way, but rather, it just become very clear of what has been suspecting, speculating, what I've been talking about, that the illusion of our Nigerian diasporas, to be specific, the disillusionist too, but most importantly, the opponents, that is romance, is just becoming glaring by the day, you know. I understand those who are getting paid to stick to their way of reasoning. That's a given. But some people who don't even know the wave they are riding on, that's what baffles me. Especially those of us that live in America, that we can either ignore or not aware or just sheer ignorance of the reality of today, but choose to be delusional, just get carried away with the illusion of crazy ideology that's not even there, you know. But today, Americans have spoken, majority for that matter. But anyway, we'll get into detail. We'll let you understand why the Republican came out the way they did and why it's. I still don't understand why Democrat did what they did. Hopefully, man of prestige will come and explain because from the beginning, for like 3 years, to minimize my prediction, I've been saying this game, Biden is not going to be the guy. So it was obvious to people like us, those who are invested so much in the Democrat Party, put in motion finance and everything, don't want to say. But when it finally happened, the ability for them to hide their frustration and their anger and just roll with what has been thrown at them, it's what I just can't explain. Anyway, there's so much, just the same thing that happened in 2020 Nigeria election. Anyway, we'll dive into it, but once again, make I refresh our memory, keep freshen up.
Democratic Republic of Congo. Oh, that's huge.
Well, yeah, sit down, sit down.
Now all of them still wear uniforms. See, they surprise me. How did they get all of them to just wear the suits? Pretty much. Now, are we going to have such gathering again on that front? I would not be surprised. But they could do it indirectly, just send a message, behave, or you collect. So the policy of how they will address us is not going to change. I said it before. Doesn't matter who comes to power, the policy remains the same. Now the application is might differ, but the end goal is the same. Now, now other thing what we talk about entirely regarding how Trump presidency will actually affect Tinubu presidency going forward.
Study the anthropology of it. Where are we? No. Political power is not going to be served in a restaurant. It's not served in a la carte. It's what we are doing. It's being determined to do it. At all costs, fight for it, grab it, snatch it,
Yes, sir.
and run with it.
Yes, sir. Jagaban. Jagaban. Yes,
I don't know if that is how the Republicans pull it off. Can we make the same case for the Republicans? They snatch it and run away with it. Well, so far nobody disagreed with the outcome of the results, so I don't think that applies here. But by the time we get into the details, into the nitty-gritty, the process that gets us where we are today, maybe we can find elements of that, especially maybe on the Democrat side. But anyway, there's so much to digest in this. What just happened? Um,
I'm desperate to see Nigeria win.
No, be desperate.
And because I'm inside, I know it is presently a criminal enterprise. I must be dismantled. And that's how Africa is. Because as governor, I can take my state money and come here and buy a house. Buy a house all over the world that I don't need. So that's what we need to dismantle. If we dismantle it, it will work. There's no reason why we should be where we are. Today, secondary school penetration in Nigeria is 28%. China is 90%. It shouldn't be. We can do more. So we are waiting.
Yes, so much you can draw, so much similarity between Obi's way. I don't know whether that way of putting out his message or his story but there's so much you can look on Obi's way of his first run election and Trump first ran. But the difference is the energy. The difference is the ethos. The difference is state out of illusion and reality, right? One is more believing, right? And one, even though one can say the protection in their own ways in various capacity, they're both businessmen. They both had executive power at one point or the other. But there's still something that is missing, right? Something that is missing, which is what sets Trump apart from every other politician. Ability to stick to the message, ability to rally around the forgotten, because it's literally between the have and the have not, the elite, right, and the immiserated, which is the elites are living in illusion. They believe that the world, as everybody is doing well. Hence, we need to have somebody that will come and manifest that joy that we have already experienced here. Right? That is how the elite see today's world. If you read Stephen Pinker's book, Enlightenment Now, you would think that we are already living in heaven. So they are living in a bubble. They are gone. It's hard for them to relate, and that's what I saw in Monday of Paolo's campaign and versus the apathies of today. So the Democrats party has been overtaken by the elite. They now use the field soldiers to descend on anyone that fail to see that joy that they are presenting. While on the other side, Trump said there's a reality on ground. And unless you are blind, the difference between the rich and the poor in this country, the sky is just like heaven and earth. If your income is below $100,000 a year in this country, which that is like one can say that 90% of the population, your life has over just flipped overnight within the last 2, 3, 4 years. I mean, you can argue that it's been like that since Obama's days, but the reality is just becoming too obvious. An average American, they see joy. The reality can be fed across the nook and corner of this country. My North Dakota people say we are an agricultural hub, we are an energy hub, and we deserve to be treated as such. This is coming from state of North Dakota. State we just what 700,000 people. They are less than 100,000 in the states. They have oil, they have agriculture, but still the average North Dakota can still not raise his or her heads above the water. Then what do you not talk about Alabama? What do you talk about Mississippi? Like all across this country, the buying power of average Americans is nothing to write home about. Drugs everywhere. Why do you think there are drugs everywhere on the street? Why do you think that the Democrat state is inhabitable as we speak? 99% of the people who are moving from the blue to red, who are moving from California to either Texas, Florida, or Tennessee. But still, you will still see the Democrat for one way or other reason, actually trying to tell you that we are already here, the heaven that the Bible has promised us. We deserve to be joyous over it. No.
The chance in Edo State to be able to see this. So that's why I say that argument is not tenable. It's best your candidate should come, because as I speak now,
your statistics is wrong, Rufai. Your statistics is wrong.
Give me your own.
I am telling you that
Give me
people
your own
can no
statistics.
longer feed in Edo, not to talk of subscribing to internet.
Give me your own statistics.
People can no longer feed, not to talk of subscribing to internet. Nobody is watching you.
So
that's the truth.
Give
Nobody
me,
is watching you,
so
because
give
people
me your own
don't have
statistics.
money to watch. If you
Give me your own
if you
statistics.
want
Stop with
Monday
your
Okpewolo
facts.
to come to your, if you want Monday Okpewolo to come to your to your interview, try as much as possible to subscribe for the audience of Edo. Then it will come. Because if you want to sell yourself, you sell yourself to the people. And if he's doing that, is he going to sell himself to Arise? No.
Hang on a minute. Secondly, I also want to confirm.
I am telling you that people are not watching you.
Please,
people are not watching you.
I also want to confirm, Mr. Jared. Did Edo State APC at any point ask Arise presenter Rufai Oseni to bring $1 million to interview Monday Okpebolo.
To come and do what? We can't be saying that. What I am telling you is,
I'm just
you
asking.
are saying people subscribe to internet. Yes, those people, are they in Edo?
So
start
with due respect,
what
why
I
are
am
you
telling
here?
you that people don't even have money. Obaseki,
so why are you here?
Your Obaseki
So if
has
people don't
impoverished
watch
the
Arise,
state to the level.
Okay.
Because
if people don't,
because I can afford it.
If you don't watch Arise, and you think
I'm supposed to.
So why are you on this interview?
I'm supposed to have my television on now. I'm supposed to have my television on now. My television is not on because I don't have money to subscribe to a DSTV that I can use to watch you.
But Edo people can't watch. But Edo people can't watch you based on what you have said. Edo people cannot watch you as you are speaking. So why are you wasting your time here?
They are not watching. They are not seeing you. They are not seeing you. That's what I'm saying. They are not seeing you. I needed to talk to you more than Rufai. It's you that I actually wanted to talk to today.
Chairman,
to let you know.
Chairman Tenebe, I take this as an exercise in self-contradiction.
Mr. Ruben.
Yes, you are on Arise TV and you say nobody is watching. But the more important point, I lived in Benin, 85 to 86.
Because I'm not even sure. I'm not sure they are watching me now.
Okay, fine.
People don't have money in Edo State to even buy credit.
Okay, fine. But
to even subscribe to internet. So nobody is watching you. I need you to know this.
I was just telling you that some of my persons from Edo State, they've been bombarding my phone with WhatsApp messages. They say you are embarrassing the people of Edo State. That it is not true that the people of Edo State don't have DSTV. It's not true that they don't have GoTV. That they are civilized, very proud people.
They have DSTV. They have DSTV. They have GoTV. But there is no money to subscribe because Obaseki has run the state aground. He has impoverished the state. People can no longer subscribe. That's what I'm saying. They have, but people don't have money to
watch free
anymore.
They can watch free on YouTube.
If anybody is calling you to tell you that it's an embarrassment, maybe those are people who are in Ikoyi there, possibly with you, that does not even have a voter's card that we cannot talk to. What I am trying to say, what I'm trying to make out of this is Monday Okpebolo is reaching out to the people he's supposed to reach out to. I'm telling you where he is now, where you have almost about 25,000 people in a ward, where to get to that place you have to drive, you have to use canoe, you have to try to get to the place. He's reaching out and the message is resonating.
Chairman, I don't see any conflict between grassroots campaign and talking to people on television. Arise News is in 54 countries of Africa. We're in UK, we're in Europe. I mean, it needs that audience. And all the stakeholders in Edo State, they are everywhere, including here in Arise News. And that's why we're saying, bring Okpebolo. If he cannot speak English, he will speak Benin. We will bring one of our persons to come and speak Benin to him.
At least you have seen Okpebolo moving motion in the Senate before.
Oh, okay.
So the idea of saying he cannot speak English is not even there. You have seen him in live in our campaign live programs. You hear him talk. So the idea of saying he cannot talk is not even there. I'm telling you the reason why he cannot buy ticket and come to Lagos, because it will be a waste of time.
He doesn't need to come to Lagos
to go and talk to about just 300 people who can subscribe.
You are in Benin. We interview you from Benin. He doesn't need to come to Lagos. We'll come and meet him in his room. He doesn't need to come to Lagos. We'll come and meet him.
Will he have to waste his time? Will he have to waste his time to come and talk to you about 300 people?
Wait. In that village,
he's selling himself to the people.
Wait, can I even tell you this? I can assure you, sir. In that village is campaigning. We will bring our camera and join him on the campaign trail and interview him on the campaign trail there, so he can be campaigning to the people and still talking to us. We are ready for Okpebolo.
But if you want to do that, we are ready. You can tell your crew not to tell us to pay. You can tell your crew to follow him.
No, you don't need to pay.
And they are even following. You have to.
See, the same art of touch that they display on this, that's exactly what happened. The Democrats were out of touch. While they are busy telling America that Trump that they knew for over 40 years, Trump has been on their television for the past 40 years. Trump has governed them for 4 years. That is somebody who is the second coming of the devil. Now Hitler is this. And what baffles me is that people are buying into this crap. 99 of the people who are buying into that stupidity, if you ask them who Hitler was, what led to Hitler to what Hitler, whatever, they have no clue. But for some reason, they are running away with that. Why? Guess what? Trump was busy engineering groups of people, empowering groups of people all across the length and breadth of the inner cities of this country, articulating their pain, understanding where they are, what they ought, just making sure they can see him, feel it, not directly, but with surrogates. Why Democrats are busy alienating people who don't want to buy into their crap ideology. They are busy cracking on descending voice. He said that you believe us or you are an enemy. Now, if the people who believe you see that yes, so an average American is becoming poorer and poorer, that's a different way of telling us to believe that all is well. That's why we deserve to celebrate. Politics of joy. That's the most crazy ideology of the crazy I've ever seen in my life. It's coming to spread joy. About what? So they are so far away from reality. I think everybody see what they are seeing. They have succeeded in actually overrunning the education system. Media is on their pockets. All the corporation, all the bosses, so they believe that. That's it. That's what life is about. As I said, if you go read Steven Pinker's book, Enlightenment Now, you believe you're already living in heaven. So they are so, and I think what people did not understand is Obama's presidency is the foundation of what we are seeing today. We had Trump the first time because there was once an Obama. When people, ignorant people, keep saying, "Oh, Trump is coming to give tax cuts to the rich," I ask myself, these rich people are they just rich Republicans or rich Americans? That by the side, Obama presidency, if there's anything Obama succeeded in doing in his presidency, was to move wealth away from industrialists to the hands of bankers. After they succeeded in shifting all the labor to China, so they now decided to move the capital away from them and give it to bankers. So that with every which is largely responsible to the digital world we are seeing today. But people are not saying that. And if you now go back, who are these bankers? They are all men. Because all you need to do is that what is the outcome of the resources that was left in the hands of bankers? They transfer them to who? To cloud capitalists, the Googles of this world, the Amazon of this world, the Teslas of this world, the Apple of this world. It's how men own control company. But still, they will come and tell you Trump is a misogynist. Trump, like, and people just buy into it. The gap between the rich and the poor is become you can't even. I mean, American are class country. Everything is run by zip code. That's where a lot of people don't understand, especially Nigerians. You did Nigeria, you they collect a year now, all your money now 1 million naira. You can't come America, you they pay with 1 million naira every 2 3 days, and you think that's life. You're forgetting that people there will be say that is nothing. cannot. It's nothing. Not just because they underlook them, no, because he cannot afford them anything. So the Democrats are busy trying to paint the other side that they are coming with an ideology that it can't be founded. And why are the other pushing you to believe that all is well? That you forget about everything that average American is saying. They are just being lazy. It's a lie. Come with us. All is well. It's all joy that we are spreading. So the message says to paint a real picture of America. The rich and the poor, the have and the have not. It's just that the Democrats decide to just stick with that they have, believing that all is well with everybody. Oh, that these people who are complaining are just a victim of their own past. No, literally, life is hard. Life is hard for real Americans. And I say today, if you are any less than 100,000 per annum in America, you barely survive. If you miss two paychecks, you are finished. And that's like 99% of Americans. The Greeks once said, if you take drugs out of the streets of America, all you need is just 6 days. After 6 days, you will need National Guard. I doubt if it's 6 days now, maybe not 24 hours. If you think I don't know what I'm talking about, visit Democrat-run states. And that's what baffles me. When some of Democrats who live in California are making case, and look at them. Well, some of them belong to that high tax bracket, so you can understand where they come from, so they cannot relate. But some people get two, three jobs. They don't understand. For you to need two, three jobs to survive means your life is trash. You are dead gone. But of course, we Nigeria, we know we get one job said, not talk about one two jobs. Oh, that's so anybody will refuse to do two jobs is lazy. Or anybody will so the way they wire us, the Democrats they wire their followers is just unbelievable. So the Democrats decide to just stick with their high-headedness after all they are educated people. If we just pay attention, these Democrats, they are people who, I mean, even from the people that they make their surrogates, you can tell that they cannot even relate to an average American. And because of that extreme way of pushing their ideology on everybody else, they systematically annihilated some of their best. How do you lose RFK Jr. to Democrat? It doesn't even make sense, but it happens. It doesn't even make sense. It happens. These are the Democrats actually have it today. The Democrat Party have it today. Build on pretty much the Kennedy. The likes of Tulsi Gabbard, you just hear another Elon Musk. I mean, how crazy are you to have somebody, one of the most important human beings alive today, on your side, you're losing. And again, just pay attention to the Democrats. The words they use, right? They say, "Oh, Elon is becoming a star now." I mean, I'm not going to say Democrat, that's your society. When they are telling you that Elon is becoming a star, that statement alone tell you that we all of us are doing. There's something wrong with us. This is a man who single-handedly, maybe the only human being that we are alive today, that is adding value to how humans should live. You say he's becoming a star. Those where they show their nakedness, they talk foolishness, and then the star. The likes of Candy B and then the star. But people who are genuinely adding value to human existence, they say they don't become like That's to tell you how where we are. Now Democrats then be that. They will say anything, do everything just to make you alienate that person that does not go with the ideology. Like how they think that America will um overlooked their practical condition and buy into this narrative of that Trump is a Hitler is what I still don't get. I mean, you see educated people, mature people actually trying to justify that statement. Like, and I just resort to start asking myself, what till you they teach your kids? Now, I understand you can come out to the public and say all you want based on whatever that is motivating you. What do you tell your kids? So what I don't understand. What do you tell them? That a man who has been in their who's the darling of every American for like 30 straight years until he decided to say I want to be president. And all of a sudden, and he has governed for 4 years. Again, waiting they actually make me cringe when I hear some people make a case for that is the same people will tell you that the institution that America has, nothing fit, they can withstand anything. Nobody feel that overrun those institutions. The same people, but they'll come and tell you that one single individual is coming to destroy it. How does these two believe? Like live rent free in one's head is what I don't understand. So again, I understand you can come to public and say whatever you want because what is interest, um, there's a pay, there's something that you are getting from public. What do you tell your future? Because that your kids are your future. What do you dey tell them? It's just freaking ridiculous to me. Another thing again where people know where they argue. Now people get this country. However you want to disagree with the formation, the founding, what it doesn't matter. Now people get her. When push comes to shove, they will tell you where you belong. I think it was Babati was telling me that you know go fit see two white men run America again. I remember Babati, you dey hear me. I think we had this conversation. And I said, I reasoned with what you are saying, but I was like, I don't know. You said it. That was even before the nomination of JD Vance. You said two white men. If you, I was like, what are you talking about? Now people just like Lagos, people they do Lagos and not class. Like, are you stupid? However you want to disagree with the foundation, now people get out. And the ideology, the people that founded this country, I said it and I repeat it again, they neither Democrats or Republicans. Even though they have the understanding that the configuration will change as we see it today, still they know where you belong. So when some Democrat intellectuals are trying to make it, oh, I don't understand why people who come to this country as an immigrant, they've done so much for them, they will be supporting the Republican. Like, are you freaking stupid? Republicans are Americans too. So the idea, just because you are in America, is the doing of one political party. Is bunkum. Is undermine every intellectual capacity. Why anybody will like anybody with the reader just dey look am like again, what do you tell your kids? That you thinking that you coming from another country and living the way you are living in America, it has to do with one political party. Is the most foolish thing that I ever think of people will have in their skull. That's why I keep arguing. Immigration has nothing to do with parties. Immigration has to do with employers and employees, which they will argue is the bedrock of this what? Who they bring or allow here to come and work has nothing to do with the political party, but has everything to do with the business class of this country. And the business class cut across party. So when somebody is coming here to tell you Trump is coming to cut tax for the rich, yes, the rich are not Republicans; they are Americans. They are in both Republic and Democrat. Again, they want you to subject you to an emotional argument, trying to coerce you with some foolish ideology that is not there. Whereas the reality is biting hard every day. Every day, reality is biting hard. But underneath that selling ideology of the Democrat, they are still telling you, we are going to make sure price of grocery comes down. But people are still not saying that. Now, we're not even talking about the process that will get us the candidate we get. That's a different conversation entirely. Because Democrats are not democratic in their selecting their candidate at all, not just because of what happened to Kamala, but you also have to go back to 2016, what they did to a man called Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders also have what Trump is doing now was also what Bernie Sanders has. Bernie Sanders was able to move. The young people you are seeing now pushing the ideology of Democrats now were all tutelage of the Bernie Sanders. But what happened? Because his message resonated with the poor. In a way, turning against the poor, against the corporate guys, the billionaires. They came after him. Under 1 week, close to $750 million were spent by a man called Bloomberg, right there in New York, to make sure they turn everything in favor of Hillary Clinton. Again, the American people resonated strong with Trump. The same process they do again. I mean, I'm not saying whoever took advantage of that, the fugazi of the process is not, it should be held accountable, which is like this time around, like Clinton or Kamala. No, that's how the game works, right? If they happen to be at the right place at the right time, they took advantage of it. But we should not underscore that. That also have a lot to do with the outcome of the election results. You cannot be telling people to their face that you are stupid and you think they are dead just because they don't act immediately. No, they heard you. They're just waiting for the right time to act. Because all you need to do is to go back to 2020. At the peak of the pandemic, Democrats used the opportunity to destroy any voice that don't agree with them. All you need to do is to do more digging and your research on why Elon Musk put for the 4 billions buying Twitter. Twitter doesn't even want up to 10 billion. And what came out from Twitter files. All you need to do is to go and read Mike Zuckerberg's letter to the Congress. The same thing they are accusing Donald Trump and everybody of, they are doing, like right there in your face. People still don't say it, or they decide to be numb, and they will come and tell you the other person is an Hitler, is a devil, is stupid, and we all should be just, yeah, you're right. No. People are hungry. Before people can actually adhere to your ideology, they need to be fed first. Of course, because the elite of the Democrat Party are 100% control of all, pretty much all the institution and the mechanism that make up the party and the recruitment. Everything can goes on. So the more they keep deluding themselves, in this idea that everything is well now. Everybody should be joyful and grateful. No, just look around you all over the world, but they want to paint it that it's populism. It's no. People are genuinely tired of cohesion. They, they, this, the lack of trust from media and government institution that you are seeing today is real. So when somebody just like make I play one video to actually make my point. When somebody is telling you this,
That research, we educate the world about Nigeria. We educate central banks about Nigeria. We help educate the IMF about Nigeria. And so being here is a very important thing. And what we want to do is be open in more countries in Europe, in Africa, so that over time the next generation has a footprint here. And when you're here, you actually have much more local knowledge. So you're in Lagos, you know much more about what's going on in Nigeria than I could know sitting in New York City. And we're quite optimistic about the future of Africa. I really do wish that America helped get our companies over here to help Africa, to help grow and expand and bring capital, ideas, technology, et cetera. And that's kind of why we're here. And and then we rely on localtown.ou to help your country. Often have different outcomes than people expect, and sometimes when they start, they can be lasting for 5, 6, or 7 years. And so I think it's incumbent on all of us to worry about it. It doesn't stop J.P. Morgan from expanding. We want to serve clients and serve countries and be respected wherever we do business to help Nigerians in Nigeria and Nigerian companies here, and also Nigerian companies that they go overseas. So we still have expansion plans. So worrying about that doesn't stop us from doing things, but we just have to be very conscious of the risk it creates.
now pay attention to his words. Whatever that we are going through now can be last for 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years. But that doesn't stop JP Morgan from expanding. They are coming to expand regardless of what you are going through. Guess what? Somebody will come 2027 and try to tell us that is the way to go. That all is going to be well. Oh, that by the time this corporation come in and take over these things and empower one or two other local companies, then everybody will be well off. We should be grateful, regardless of how people are feeling when these people are expanding. And they're expanding because of to make your life better. They are going to expand regardless of what you are going through. So there's two messages in there. Who is coming to articulate what we are going through? And who is coming to articulate what they are coming to make us go through? So here we are.
You think leadership is a common case? No. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Whenever you are in leadership, look at what happened to Donald Trump. In America, where security is everywhere. Yet, 2 times now they wanted to kill him. Every profession has its own risk. If you're not willing to take the risk that is attached to any profession, step aside so that people who are given that mind by God will go ahead and serve God in that capacity. If you're an actor and an actress and you say you're not going to hug babes and you're not going to kiss them, step aside. Because that's what the job is. Don't come and say you're a born again Christian. That's what the job entails. If you're a politician and you can't stand for your people that voted for you, and because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Simfubara,
who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said I will not speak for that politician again, and I maintain it. And you can see what is happening, because we can't go forward. We calm down. If Sim Fubara has been saying calm down, do you know where Rivers State would have been? He said he's ready for them. He's fully prepared. The election must go on. The election must hold. Winners must be declared. They will be sworn in. And whatever is going to happen, let it happen. I am looking for leaders who would say nobody will rig my election. And if you rig my election, I will fight. Nigerians, come out and fight. If they kill anybody, let them kill all of us. Oh yes, and thank God I'm seeing it happen. What Fubara did, was he advocating for violence? Was he advocating that the law should be broken? No. He was advocating for his right. That's my opinion. That's my advocacy. We must advocate for our right and stand by it. I did not disqualify anybody. I don't have that right. I said I am not going to speak for anybody going forward except this person meets this criteria. In any case, we have finished 2023 election. It's over. 2027 election has not come. So anybody who is saying betrayal, what am I betraying? There is nothing on ground. When I was a spokesman in 2023, I did my job creditably well, and we convinced Nigerians on what we believe is right. But you can see that in Nigeria, you not only have to have the power to win election, you have to have the power to defend your election. So anybody that does not have that spirit or power to defend the votes in a manner that you would say, whatever happens to me as a person, let it happen. I am not willing to speak any further for the person. So what I just simply said is that going forward, I will no longer be part of this until these fears are addressed. So I did not disqualify anybody. One, I don't have that power. Then two, I am not betraying anybody because I'm still a member of Labour Party. And you can see I'm still fighting. The Labour Party should be consolidated because Nigerians are looking for an alternative to these people. That if you want to fight these people who are compulsive thieves and who are the worst amongst us, leading us, according to Senator Ndume, who is part of them, then you have to grow higher and be more aggressive than calm down. That's what I said, and I stand by it. In all honesty, I would have said we don't. But because I'm a student of theology, I would not say so. Because when Elijah thought he was the only person that was worshiping God, God said, no, you're not the only person. There are more than 7,000 persons like you still in that country that have not done anything evil. I know them. So the only thing we have to do in this country, we must not be sentimentally attached to anybody, any politician. We must not be loyal to political parties or politicians. We have to be loyal to the country and to the law. And if any law is unjust, we have to fight the law. If anybody is doing anything illegal, no matter who the person is, we have to fight the person. So in Nigeria, we must create the environment so that those 7,000 that we do not know who are leaders will be able to begin to emerge. If the good ones keep quiet, they will never emerge. When people say people are selling their votes, you know why they are selling their votes? Because they believe that even if they vote their conscience, it will not count. Not because they want to be corrupt. They saw what happened in 2023. I was an active participant in that election of 2023. They did not sell their votes. But after, it did not count. So they'll be like, why would I go and say I'm voting for my conscience when it will not count? If I'm going to take this money, at least it will be what I gain. So if we don't fight,
Somebody once said the difference between Tinubu and Atiku is that Atiku no get militants. And if you analyze that statement well, and you now take into consideration the outcome of 2023 election and how the winner prepared, you say he's right. Now, Okonkwo say if you are not ready, prepared to defend the votes for your mandate, step aside. Now, I think whether you like Trump and the mega movement or not, you have to give it to their doggedness. Even though with how January 6 was treated, people were arrested, people were, whatever you can think of, the man himself was gone after, used lawfare, trying to bankrupt him, trying to blow his heads off twice. Everything under the sun. But guess what? They did not keep their sight of what they believe was wrong, or that they did wrong, or they did them wrong, which is what they did not believe the election went the way it ought to be. They did not just start complaining, they get to work. Even to the very moment Trump announced for re-election, which is 2 years ahead, it has never happened before, they did not give up on this two things. The election was not right, but they went to work on the ground, educating people, informing people, empowering people, trying to get forming groups, America First Group, Turning Point Group, make everywhere. And both arm and unarmed, they were going after, they were organizing. And the people know, CIA, and everybody know that if anything to Peke, will go happen. So, and if Concord again in that statement saying that we should not be loyal to a candidate, we should not be loyal to a party, we should be loyal to the country. We see if that statement will stand the test of time because Obi is still running. And you know, he said it, he believed it, he acted on it that today doesn't have what it takes to actually energize the people to take what belongs to them. But at the same way, he said we should not be loyal. So how do you do it when you know that this man is not capable of delivering what you want from him when push comes to shove? But you still want to go with him? Is that loyalty to him or to the country? Anyway, as I said, time to tell.
You are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
Sorry, AB, sorry. I don't even know the activity they go on comment section self. And Ike Namadu Ike. I just okay, Alpha. I did. Shout out to you Obi, for explaining the reality and truth of America that most Nigeria don't seem to understand. And that's why they always vex when we hear some of our Americans, they come, they analyze, just they like, what are you guys talking about, man? What are you guys talking about? The reality on ground says contrary to what you guys are. But again, I understand when you are in a party that seems to dominate the way the country communicate at one point. By 2020, the Democrats are 90%, 92% control of what we hear and what we listen to across all the media platforms with the help of the CIA. This is not me because tutorial. All you need to do is just go listen to or read the Twitter file. Those motherfuckers took out the sitting president. But that's not the point. Now, talking about what Kunko was saying about if you can defend your vote. As angry and as furious Trump was with the process of that election, these people were on the ground walking because they understand the real problem on the streets and they could see how Democrats try to look the other way around. Instead, how do they do it? By saying the man is the devil. And anybody that does not believe that should perish. Okay. But before you can get everyone to totally submit to you, you at least feed them first. People are hungry. They overlook that fact. This is where you have to give it to the troublemaker credits. They went into the inner cities. They went into the Democrats road and it's glaring. I don't understand. All you need to do is to visit California, visit Texas, visit New York, visit Tennessee. You can tell the living standard of the poor in these cities are different. That's what people voted for. The reality of what they explained day to day. When that comedian come and say there's an island of garbage flowing on the sea and it's called Puerto Rico, people get carried away with the way the man phrased it. No, you need to ask yourself what is the condition of the Puerto Ricans in and outside America. From Dede County, which is just 4 hours drive away from there, I was there when Tokwe tell me say go to and they rephrase that go to South Beach, Miami. Motherfucker, 1 out of every 5 people there don't even speak English. These guys are fucking Puerto Ricans. Trump swipe it off. Never happened before past 20 years. When Trump say those people from where they eat cat, dog, and bird, what he's saying, pay attention, there is a problem there. Both the visitors and the landlords, their life standard is not up to par. Things should be done, but no. My party, PDP, not my party, I'm saying PDP. Democrats are busy saying no. This man are the coming of. Then once you come, you cease to exist. Once you come, your life is again without understanding that this man is not speaking for himself. And this is what I told people in 2016. I did not decode at that time. I did not decode that. I know what people were saying during the Obama administration. Not necessarily because of his color and all that. No, the condition of people is so bad that Obama administration was just focused on bailing his friends, transferring wealth from the average poor people on the street to bankers. That was real. I could see it in my classroom. I could see it in my competition venue. I could see him relating with the community. But people say, "Oh, Trump is..." No, Trump is just literally echoing what the owners and the majority of Americans are going through or scared to say. And that is what I noticed this this election season. Those who will vote for Trump are scared of even saying it. And they move people. 99% of the people I helped move came in from California, from New York to whether Texas or Florida. And once I get into conversation with them, you can just tell how disappointed they are. Their life is degrading every day, but they want than to just see ideology. That's why they are leaving California. But most importantly, the living standard of average American is gone. You cannot explain it. about 70% of Americans earn below 100,000 a year. If you miss the paycheck, you are gone, and it's happening every day in their thousands. They can't explain it. Why there are people who are buying yachts, flying private jets, tell you all our lives should be lived on TV every freaking day. I don't understand. Ask yourself, why would Elon Musk leave Democratic Party to Republican if Trump is an Hitler? This is one of the most important individuals on the planet there with everything he has at stake. Is coming out. Never happened before in history when you have a man who is so much a game changer in the world coming out running around every street campaigning for a presidential candidate. And you think it's by ideology, it's by real shit is going on. Overnight, Democrats, the party has turned into territorial government. Me too, I don't fall victim. They don't ban me from posting on Facebook. Why? Because I just make a conclusion that what they were doing during the pandemic period is pretty much a technocracy. And that's the crime I committed. All these things are what people are saying. What is going on? Nigeria is saying now only then they suffer, now only then they do the seafood chop, now only then they bulletin way their life hard. No, life hard. Democrats they don't make life hard for every American overnight, and they cannot explain why. So all they need is just look for somebody who can articulate their problem, which is Trump. Regardless of how I disagree with him, how he tell his story is literally speaking the mind of Americans, how they feel. But the media want to make you see his soft talk rhetoric. He's the man that presided over you for 20 years. What thing he won't do when January 6th happened, again, people don't focus, people don't pay attention. Obviously, they invest maybe that. Everybody will run around with January 6th, but they forgot what the institution of governance did that night. Congress came together, I think, around 2 to 3 a.m. at night and make sure the country stands. That is a country that nobody, no single individual can toy with and be successful at it. The thing shocked me to know that period to that they shut down government for like 3 weeks because they could not agree on how budget initiative to work. But when that January 6th happened, they were all on their seats at 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning. And I'm like, this is it. I'm going to tell you, somebody will come like, how? Oh, Hitler. Did you know the story of Hitler? Did you know how Hitler became an Hitler? Did you know how, people don't care it, they just run. You cannot become an Hitler in America. No matter even though you had the tendency. It's not going to happen. All you need to do is to go and understand what First and Second Amendment is about. You need to understand what First and Second Amendment is about. Then you understand nobody can talk away with this country with the way they are saying individual can't. The freedom of speech was put in place because of the founding fathers of this country. They came from a place that you don't have that freedom. They know what will happen to you if you mishear according to the authority. They take you out full blood. So they know that in order for you to protect that freedom of free speech, you have to have the Second Amendment, which is where the guns come to place. That's the reason you can never take guns away. The gun is there to protect First Amendment, to protect freedom of speech. In case you still don't understand it, ask yourself this question. Can you guarantee in your lifetime or forever in this country that we are not going to have a fascist government, a government that will want to take advantage of the system. If you cannot guarantee that, then why do you say we should they should take guns away from the hands of gun owners? So that's why when people they say, oh, Trump will do this, Trump will do this. You can't do it. Do you know how many guns are in this country? How are you going to be successful at it? So if you don't understand First and Second Amendment, stop talking about American policy. Stop buying to the idea that one person will come and do this and do that and do that. You can try. You cannot succeed. If the system don't want you here, it doesn't matter if you believe in democracy or republic, you will not be here. Period.
People protested when I was governor. They even called strike. They shut down our schools for months, our hospitals for months. Well verified. We need more transparency. And when you talk about transparency in terms of figures, you show it, you elucidate it. Figures are not 1 + 1 is 2. It's not something you say it's just 2 because of. Tell us how we arrived at it and we'll believe. And when we talk about subsidy, as continuously said, if we are removing subsidy, what are we replacing it with? Where are we applying that subsidy we removed to? So if you say to me, I've removed subsidy, I'm going to use it to build this number of classrooms, to be able to pull out of school children into school, so we can verify and follow and track those schools. We have issue in health, primary health care, especially issue of infant mortality. Removal of resource subsidy will enable us to build this number of primary health cares in different, so that we can measure it. So you don't remove something without saying what is replaced and where are we moving our money to. Or it's helping us to manage our debts. This is it. This. But here we have fuel subsidy removed, the debt is increasing, and we're not seeing anything. We have to continue our journey on democracy. It's government of the people, for the people, and by the people. However, we need to tweak it where we have some level of parliamentary system in it, like it's in South Africa. So we need to deal with issue of more scrutiny in our expenditure, in our borrowing, in efforts to be able to ensure that our scarce resources is prioritized to areas of urgent need for development, from security, food, all those areas, education. I'm not preoccupied about 2027 election. I'm preoccupied by Nigeria sitting today and having a better life. I've said it before, my politics is not about the election. I am not desperate to be president, and I don't want to. What I want to hear is that fuel prices are coming down, bread is getting cheaper, Nigerians are not. You cannot be talking about 38 million Nigerians facing hunger, and I'm talking about next election. Let's talk about hunger. Let's talk about managing our resources today. Let's talk about doing the right thing, the right behavior, showing example to the younger ones, growing up that we're leaders. I've said that everybody, they have right to protest. I've said it before. I would discuss with every protester. They even want government months before they did that. I would sit down and discuss with them. People protested when I was governor. They even called strike. They shut down our schools for months, our hospitals for months. Well verified. I was talking with them. I didn't come down. I have never